Hello, welcome to Board Deck and Dice. Today we are looking at a small game called Hack Trick. Hack Trick. As in, I am a cheap hack. Let's take a look at how it plays. So Hack Trick is set up like this. We have a small three-piece board. One player is dealt 3 cards. Another player is dealt 4 cards. 2 cards are discarded openly up here, and there is a draw deck there and some scoring tokens. Each player will take the cubes of their colour, and they can have there is one bigger cube which can act as extra scoring if you want a slightly quicker game. The first player will look at their 4 cards and decide to play one down. After this, each player will have a choice of 2 options. They will either draw a card from the deck or play a card to this row. If they play a card, they must add it onto the one previous and place there. So this guy's going to place a 3 there, a 0 add 3 equals 3, so they place one of their control markers on the 3 spot. What you're trying to do in Hack Trick is very simply noughts or crosses. You're trying to make a row horizontally, diagonally or vertically to win the game, or alternatively get 3 pieces on one number. After you finish your card play, you have 2 more options. The first is you can say hack, which forces your opponent to play a card next time. Or you can say firewall, which stops your opponent from playing hack on you. To do either of these moves costs you one of your tokens though. So if you want to do one of those moves, you have to pay a token. This player might look at theirs and say, I'm going to play a nought as well. You only add the last 2 cards, so they also will go to 3. When this happens, player will capture one of the opponent's markers and place it here. When an opponent has captured a marker, they may spend that marker to spy and ask the opponent what is the total of their hands. So they might spy here and the opponent would have to say 6. This is very useful when you come down to only 1 card, particularly used with the hack. So this will carry on. If this character plays one here, they will then place on 1. This character might draw then this character is going to draw. No, they're going to play because they have then got a 6 as well. This character wants a 5, a 7, an 8 or a 4, so they can get a 7 there. This guy's going to draw. He gets a 4, which is not what he wants, but does get him on a 6. Let's see, can this guy win? We have a 5 and a 1, so I could get 3. Yeah, I'll probably do that and get 3, and then I'm almost winning there. The card numbers go 1 to 5. So there, and then this guy doesn't want 9, so they're going to draw. This guy's got a draw. Can anyone win? Yes, he has a 1, so he plays a 1 there. And so that's a very vanilla version of quick gameplay through. Obviously there'll be a lot more spying, a lot more hacking and firewalling to play the game. Once someone's won 3 of these Bitcoin tokens, they win the game. They win 1 by completing 1 row, then you clear the tokens off and start again. That is Hack Trick. Hack Trick is a delightful little take on what's it called? Noughts and crosses. You open it up and you're looking at the components and you're reading the rules and you're thinking, is this noughts and crosses? Yes, it is noughts and crosses. But the addition of the cards, the numbered spaces, the hacking spy theme really makes this a tremendous little 2-player game that is full of strategy and outthinking your opponent in a very short space of time. Now, sometimes it can play out a bit more with luck than with strategy. Certainly I've had some games where the cards just went da-da-da-da and someone had 3 spaces before we'd even thought about using hack or firewall or spy, and certainly games where we didn't take the opportunity to steal other people's tokens and other people's spaces. Now I think that's mainly due to player choices rather than any inherent fault of the game, because actually to steal a person's cube is a very powerful action and it can happen quite a lot. And I like the fact that you're spending your own cubes for those extra powers to make a player force their player to play their game, but that can work so nicely when you've worked out what card they've got left in their hand, and then you force them to use it, knowing that you will then play a card that wins you the game. I like the different variations of winning, that you can do lines or you can do 3 in the same space. It gives you a way of being more risky to your opponent, but also there's a risk to you, because if a player takes that number with 2 cubes on, they're going to take both those cubes. So you're going to lose 2 cubes there. So I think for what it is, for the box size, the game that you get in here is really good and well worth a look by anyone. So intimidation factor, very, very low in this game. You know what you're doing. You're just adding up, you're doing noughts and crosses, and you're adding up 2 numbers, the last 2 from the cards that have been played. Now, in early games, you'll probably tend to forget about the hack and firewall actions, but do not. They are really important to this game, as is the spy action. But that's it for intimidation, really. Just forgetting, because you're so familiar with the concepts to win, you forget some of the other actions. Rulebook's really good. It's just a sheet of paper. Read it, you're done. You're ready to go. Fun, a lot of fun. And will I be adding this to my collection? Yes, I will be adding this to my collection. I've not got anything quite like it. I've got strategy games that are a bit heavier, but this I feel like I could play with anyone, whereas the fantastic Hanimikoji has a bit more of a learning curve to it, and this is just getting those actions down. So that is Hack Trick, one I highly recommend, especially for people who find themselves playing 2-player games an awful lot. Thanks very much for watching Board Deck and Dice. We'll see you next time. What's that? Probably delete that.